The Anachronauts. They travel through time by downloading history to their brains and archive the past in order to save the future. With their trusty brain download computer, the Epic Traversier, they randomly visit the past year after year. Join them as they embark on their next adventure. Prepare yourself for Anachronology.
All right. What's up, everybody? Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
God darn right. Welcome to the very first ever Anachronology Halloween episode, or should we say Halloween special, my friend?
Oh, golly, Thomas, killer costume.
Woo!
Killer costume.
You too, my man.
Look at this. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah, man. Happy Halloween.
Oh, God, if you're just tuning in, first-time viewer, listen, normally my co-host and I, we have a podcast where we kind of go through the years of history. We get tossed some random categories to talk about. We come up with some funny segments. But this time, today, it's a special Halloween episode. Happy Halloween. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to get right into it here. Let's do a little share. Oh, also, but we say we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. And if you're familiar with the show at all, or you're like, hey, listen, we got a little bourbon, but the bourbon isn't the problem.
Yeah. You know, folks, we just make here on Anachronology, and we're not going to, make the Halloween episode any different. So buckle up. Let's get going, baby. It's Halloween. That's the theme. I'm going to have to take these out because I can't talk the whole show with them.
Okay, so Thomas, my friend, obviously, like we said, happy Halloween. So I thought we could just do a quick little Halloween history lesson here, since we do love learning on Anachronology. So this looks out of place, right? That's out of place. So this honestly is not a Halloween tradition. Okay. This comes back to, instead of trick or treat, Tom, originally. Do you know what they originally said instead of trick or treat?
No.
They said Belschnickel. According to the Library of Congress, historians argue that the modern call originated from Belschnickeling, a German-American Christmas tradition where kids dressed in costumes and went around to their neighbors to see if they could guess the identity of those dressed up. In some versions, the adults couldn't accurately guess. The children were rewarded with treats and goodies. So, but that's like the taking the Christmas tradition to make it Americanized, or I should say Halloweenized. But you might remember Belschnickel from the Office episode where Dwight dresses up as Belschnickel, because this is a Saint, like Nicholas Day or the Feast of Saint Nicholas holiday. They just kind of, like anything Americans do, we said, give us that. We're gonna rework it. We're gonna make it better.
Because we just do that. We throw some candy in there. We kind of Americanize it up. But I'll say the origins of Halloween are throwing some serious, like, folk horror out at me, dude. This is terrifying. Honestly.
And also, speaking of some horror, what about this guy? Look at this OG Belschnickel here. Look at this. Look at Der Belschnickel from the Landis Valley Museum. A outfit so authentic, it had to go in the Landis Valley Museum. All I know is, brother, in another, like, hopefully maybe 10-15 years, if I'm still around, I have found my Halloween costume or my everyday wear. Look at this Belschnickeling.
It's pretty dope, man, especially if you could acquire those furs and things. I mean, it's awesome. It sells itself. Belschnickel.
His bundle of sticks he uses to beat naughty children.
Oh, shit.
So instead of trick or treat this year, maybe you can ring a doorbell and say, Belschnickel!
Belschnickel, give me the candy.
Next on the origins of Halloween here, we have Jack-o'-lantern. Stringy Jack walks alone, ever searching for a home. So this is from an Irish folklore, my friend, as an Irish man named Stingy Jack tricked the devil and therefore was not allowed into heaven or hell. God said because of his sinful lifestyle and deceitfulness and drinking, he was not allowed into heaven. And Jack went down to the gates of hell, begged admission to the underworld. Satan, fulfilling an obligation, could not take his soul because Jack had bested him when the devil came to earth to try and get Jack's soul. So he gave Jack an ember to light his way. Jack is doomed to roam the world between the planes of good and evil with only an ember inside a hollowed turnip. A turnip in this context referring to a large rutabaga to light his way. So he spent his days roaming the earth carrying a lantern, hence the term Jack-o'-the-lantern. And if you want to see what a turnip jack-o'-lantern looks like, here you go.
Wow. So before pumpkins, it was a turnip. I mean, obviously pumpkins are way better because they're bigger. I mean, a turnip's not that big. So I assume that was a more challenge to carve a turnip.
Yeah, this looks like it would be. I'm surprised that we haven't seen this on like some TikTok influencer, Instagram, like how to Halloween better,
Carving
or like
turnips.
yeah, or carving turnips, or like authentic Halloween. Have yourself a little sad little turnip. But Jack of the Lantern, me boy, I've got a little turnip with my soul in it. But there we go. That's how you get a Jack o' Lantern. Next
Love
up here,
it.
on a little history lesson.
It's great.
Yes, the OG Halloween, the Gaelic festival marking the end of harvest season and beginning of winter. Samhain celebrations begin the evening of October 31st. Sound familiar, everybody out there? And last through November 1st. Similar to the Day of the Dead, it is believed that during this time, the spirit world and the living are able to intermingle. First mentioned in Irish folklore dating back to the 9th century, where it is said that the celebration was marked by gatherings involving opening burial mounds, which considered to be portals to the spirit underworld. So that's fantastic. Awesome. You're just digging up some dead bodies. Now
this looks like OG Burning Man going on here, but very Halloween.
You took the words out of my mouth, brother. And then we actually have some. Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. It's going to be a little weird. We have some footage of the OG Samhain Festival.
Oh, throw it.
Let's go to the videotape here.
Timeless strength of war and battle.
Yeah.
Warrior spirit, red branch rage, honors codes, and my battle cry.
Get it.
So we got some of this. We got
throwing some serious. I mean, are they going to have like a giant like Wicker Man effigy to burn people in?
So AI producer helped me out, like get this footage, and there was a big parade, and then there is not on this night, on this 2019, but there was like they lit the photo. Let's go back to the photo if we can. They do some fire celebration, but nothing on the scale of Burning Man, but it is pretty much like you said, the OG Burning Man.
Baller.
Give me this. So that is OG Halloween here. Let's go to view.
I want to bring that Halloween back, honestly. You can go out for candy and then light a big field in your neighborhood on fire and dance around,
and then and basically just say like, here's my battle cry, I'm gonna fucking kill everybody. I mean, all in all, it's like you could either go little plastic mask trick-or-treating door to door, or you can go into a field, maybe drink some grog, have a little fun with some fire safety.
If you poison.
Next up on some around the world, so we have this is called in Guatemala the Festival de Barretes Gigantes. Guatemala's Barretes Gigantes, I'm murdering that and I don't care, is a festival held at the beginning of November to honor All Saints Day and the Day of the Dead. Vibrant handmade kites soar over the cemeteries of Santiago, Sactelpeques, and Sumpango. The kite flying practice, a 3,000-year-old tradition.
Wow.
Was believed to be a way to communicate with the deceased. The kites are works of art constructed of paper, cloth patches, and bamboo, representing symbols of their ancestry and contemporary social issues.
I really dig the whole like juxtaposition of that, the Day of the Dead kind of festivities. Because I mean, Halloween is just, it's steeped in the spooky, you know, and the macabre or whatever. But I love this kind of like colorful approach, sugar skulls, all that motif. I'm into that.
The color palette is totally unlike anything that we have up here this side of the equator.
Absolutely.
There was a video of this, but in order we run into this problem where if it's like made for kids, it can't be added to a playlist, but it is available. If you type in YouTube and you put giant kite Guatemala Halloween, it'll show up. They do make some very, like, all of those big discs and everything you see, those are all kites. Yeah, those are all kites. Like, those go
that
up
is
here.
Awesome, dude. I'd love to see one of them crash.
Yeah, oh, dude, you know there has been
a couple of
the Barriletes Gigantes Festival Massacre of 1971. I'm sure.
Okay,
maybe we'll cover that on a future episode of
That'll be another one.
Next up, I think this. Oh yes, here we go. This is like Eyes Wide Shut, but except out in the middle of the street. So this is in Costa Rica. Dia Nacional de la Mascarada is celebrated throughout Costa Rica. Participants wear large, colorful, handmade masks and dance throughout the streets to folk music, a 200-year-old tradition to pre-Columbian customs and carnival. These aren't your typical masks, but they're intricate, oversized paper-mache heads representing characters from pulp culture, mythology, and political figures.
Bro, I'm picking out. I see up there, possibly in the middle of the top right there. That looks like Elf, a creepy elf.
Okay, I can see the Flash.
Maul. I see Luigi.
Woody Woodpecker.
Looks like the Iron Maiden mascot, if that's who that is. I'm not sure.
Generic evil pilgrim man, Wolverine.
Yeah, evil pilgrim man. Actually, evil pilgrim man has like a Johnny Depp Willy Wonka crossover as well.
Yeah,
terrifying with those eyebrows.
What was that fucking Sleepy Hollow? It's Sleepy Hollow Willy Wonka. That's what they did. They Sleepy Hollow Willy Wonka us.
Flash, Wolverine, up in there. I mean, it's honestly, I would love. This is a great, name them all kind of scenario. I mean, you can go wild here. There's a lot of obvious American influence here. Cool.
And looking at the like the people here in the foreground who aren't in costume, they obviously they have like the people dressed with the heads. They've got to have some sort of rig where the head is like elevated up. But that would be pretty fucking messed up, man. If you're walking around in the street having several cervezas and then looking up these giant like 8 foot, 9 foot tall heads.
Absolutely.
Is there one more? Yes, there is one more, and we will watch some videotape that we got here. So this is dude, trick or treat trains. Since Tokyo Disneyland first hosted its Halloween celebration in 2000, the holiday has grown in popularity across the country. Because trick or treating does not take place, most of the fun is left to the adults. Celebrated throughout street parties, parades, and home gatherings, this I think is pretty badass. Citizens show off their one of the more unexpected places of celebration, the trains. Typically a quiet place to catch a ride. During Halloween, trains transform into places of celebration with unique themes. Think zombies, vampires, and other spooky characters. So they will have individual trains. They will have the train cars will have like different performances and stuff in them.
That's awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, I thought that was pretty tight.
Some like real life Train to Busan shit, like terrifying.
We need to go to the videotape for this because there is definitely
roll the tape
here. So I'll go back to you. Sorry, technical difficulties, folks. So here we go. They hijack a bullet train.
Like if you were the guy that was traveling back from work unknowing this was going to happen, what a ride home.
Yeah, right. Look at everything collapses so polite. Look at these creepy clowns.
I wouldn't want to be on the clown car.
We got magic clowns.
Fuck the clown car.
Right, that's my girlfriend. Please be nice to her.
Oh my god!
So you got that little fun, but then somebody took it a little too much fun because then this happened. This is real. That's fire back there.
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Japanese Joker showed up, brother. Japanese Joker.
Halloween surprise, not a smoke machine. Oh my god.
Some guy, I guess, dressed up like the Joker and lit a train on fire and started stabbing people. But
listen, some people just want to watch the world burn and dress up for Halloween.
Dress up for Halloween. I was thinking that when I saw this, I was like, man, I know I've brought up on the show before here where I've gone on like Halloween Horror Nights and the haunted houses. A great idea for a haunted house is like a train car and then like a derailed train car. Oh man, dude, it's so whoever one of our many subscribers here at Universal Studios watching the program, come on, I'm just saying. And then I believe that is all she wrote for. Yeah, we're not going to go to that. That's all she wrote here for History Lesson of Halloween.
Amazing.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. And again, I'm sorry we've got to do this kind of janky.
Hey, look, you learn stuff here as well.
Right?
It's not all about the laughs. You're going to learn something here on Anachronology.
And I just want to preface this, or I should preface. That's too late for that. My friend and I, we usually have a much longer, full-length program run of this show. We are kind of machine gunning through it. We didn't want to let the holiday go by without giving a little something. We also don't want to take up the full length of your time. But you can check us out on YouTube, obviously at youtube.anachronology or patreon.com/anachronology, where if you want to watch this in its full length entirety and see some bonus stuff, go out there and check us out. And then we're going here with, I think we screwed that up, but that's okay. Hey, listen, we got the slideshow. Here we go. Baby. We do a little. We have a little fun in the show. We like to do little hypotheticals, like what would happen if dream scenario. Mission mash things. So Tom, since it is Halloween and the Halloween movie verse is filled with creepy, bad, evil villains.
Oh yeah.
I know we've definitely done some sort of like movie fight thing on here before, so like the violence isn't dripping through my pores. Something I got to work through with a therapist.
Fine.
But
all of our viewers.
I thought, what about like 5 of the least scariest movie villains? Is what I thought. Like, what would be 5 like least scary? Because there's obviously there's all like you can run the gamut from Freddy's and Jason's and Michael Myers or Ghosts or whatever. But we're gonna narrow it down here at least to 5. Count them. least scariest movie villains, starting with the double dose, Isaac and Malachi from Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
So the scary thing about this is you are a lost like East Coast couple in the middle of Kansas or wherever, Nebraska, and the town is run by children. That's creepy. But if you read the story or watch the movie, it's like, yo, all you got to do is fucking take these. Just what are they gonna do? Come at you with hormones? You can literally
they're teenagers.
Yeah. Malachi here, little ruby red on the right here. He is like the oldest one in the town.
He's the leader, right?
And, well, Isaac is like the young priest or pastor child kid who is kind of like the what do they call it? Like he's the scroll, and on Malachi's the sword. Like Isaac's like the knowledge, and then the other guy is like his lieutenant, like his damage doer.
Fucking ginger vibes from Malachi too.
Yeah, but this is like the old, like I think part of the creepiness that stems from this, like the couple in the movie who's accosted is they're like, oh, they're children, we can't do anything to children. Yo, as soon as like a town full of like corn poke kids start being creepy to me and my girl, we're throwing haymakers. You know what I mean? We're dropping. I mean,
how much stronger can they really be? You know. And also, I've got to say, homeboy on the left is throwing some like real Arya Stark vibes at me there.
That's where they got the. That's where they bring me a girl who looks like Isaac from Children of the Corn. I shall make her.
Maybe Macy Williams is in for the remake. Of
her that walks beyond the rose. But yeah, these two like top 5, like these are the least. These are the ones that I am most confident, like the most confident that I would be like, no,
you could take them.
So then it's I would say it's going to go like increasing, and I'm a little scared. No, I'm sorry, no. I do that backwards, doing that backwards. But either way, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're doing a Halloween episode. Next slide, please. Megan, this artificial dancing, whatever the hell. Like nanny robot, here she is doing her little freaking dance. Everybody there's a lot of,
it's like, you know, if you've watched the show, folks, we've gone over lots of like 80s toys, and especially like dolls that you could feed, or they pooped or peed or cried or whatever. I mean, this is just a more sentient version of that will kill you, more or less.
Yeah, granted, I understand that she very likely might has some she's not made of adamantium, let's put it that way. Like, sure, she is metal and plastic and probably has some sort of processing that allows her to, you know, predator vision, whatever. Just throw some lighter fluid on her, melt her, hit her with,
water would be a good one too.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is not invincible, but so you're toast.
I mean, but maybe, you know, I got to say robot strength is something I would possibly fear. I mean, that gets a hold of you, that's going to crunch some bones. So just don't let her get a hold of you.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there is definitely danger. Yeah, there's definitely danger.
She's going to mess you up. But if you got a hose or a bucket of water, maybe try throwing it on there, because, you know, not everything's waterproof.
Yeah, and I think she's supposed to be like a nanny robot. You could probably distract her with a doll, just like, you know, look over here, and then just run her over with your car. But yeah,
Megan, battery runs out.
Yeah, Megan, you're done. And then keeping kind of with the theme, although this is aside from being man created, this is supernatural created Chucky doll. Even as a kid,
I could take, even as a kid, I was like, bro, why is this little tiny murderous doll just taking over people?
Dude, they need to make a Chucky movie where it is actually this doll getting the shit beaten out of it over and over. That is to me, that is so much better than him being the good guy doll, and then it like sits there in the plastic fucking box, and then it's like, no.
I mean, even in like the OG movie, like there's that very famous scene of like the woman just like holding it as it's like kicking and screaming, and she just tosses it in the fire.
Yeah. The scariest part of this is when he's actually trying to like put his soul in the little boy, and he's doing like that voodoo curse, and like the lips on the fucking doll are doing like speaking in tongues, like Kambala yala yala. Awesome. Like that's the creepy. But even that, it's like, yo, just go up and smack the fucking doll.
Get out of here. It's a fucking doll, bro. Pick that fucking thing.
Yeah, you're toast, Chucky. Out of here. All right, Chucky. Next. All right, so this might not look too scary if you're not familiar. This is young Jason from Friday the 13th.
Mama Voorhees there?
No, that's not Mama Voorhees. That is, I can't remember her name. If it's Chrissy, I can't remember. That might be the lone survivor. Right. But this is here they are a little break. But even better.
Looks like Ryan Reynolds is like discarded mutant twin.
Well, he looks like he's popular enough to have a action figure.
I gotta collect them all. That's awesome,
dude. But I mean, you look at that waterhead. I mean, you just come that thing's like, oh, hey, what's wrong, man? Are you okay? And he starts trying to come at you. Like,
Get out of here.
You could just take his center of
Yeah.
balance is so far down. I could take my little scepter, just push him over with my little
Yeah,
scepter.
take one of them boat oars and just whack him.
Yeah, re-drown him. Yeah. So again, I am not really afraid of beating up a teenage retard. And next, hey, to save my life, let me
listen. I'm sorry, it's me or him. It's me.
To save my life. And number one, here's a deep cut, my friend. Deep cut. I know you're familiar. This is Trantor the Troll, who has the power to turn people into wooden dolls. And you might know him, cultured people, as the main antagonist to, that's right, Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah, baby. That's a great deep cut. And I remember I remember in the film, not a spoiler. Well, yeah, spoiler alert if you have not seen it, but the only way to really fuck him up was milk.
Yes. And if the reason why I put him number one, that I'm like least capable, I feel like taking him down. If like I brought up the Jason Voorhees young retard, if this grown man retard can defeat Trantor the Troll, how difficult can it be?
Very potentially slow learning disability man, right? Ernest could take this guy down, thing down. We all could.
So that's what we have here in a little top 5 movie fight here on a special Halloween episode of Anachronology. Get out of here. Sorry for the
damn, my friend,
folks.
No, absolutely. Fantastic. Well, let's keep the party going here, folks. Let's keep going. Let's move over to another Sego. We play this time and time again on the regular show. We're going to do a little yuck or yummies. Now, listen, this was a picture taken many years ago of me. I got a little too crazy with the Halloween candy. But we play this little game called Yuck or Yum. We have played it on previous episodes, different years, where we throw up just different kind of food. Do we like it? Would we eat it? Would we not? A yuck or yum decision. Well, this is the Halloween edition, and I can't think of a better topic than Halloween candy. I mean, who doesn't love some Halloween candy? I mean, come on now. So we're going to dive right into it, and we're not just going to focus on the United States. We're going to go all over the world.
International.
So we're going to kind of zip through this. AI producer and I, we just went and kind of found some of the sweet delicacies all over the world. Let's dive in first with the United States, though, with some interesting info. This is a map of which Halloween candy reigns supreme in your state. First off, I'm going to say I am definitely old because I never remember Gushers being a Halloween trick-or-treat candy. I don't feel that, honestly, it's a necessary candy. I don't think it would probably last too long. But as you can see, it is definitely running the map here. Gushers Tropical.
Dude, not only is it running the map, it is in our neck of the woods where we grew up in New England, aside from the peanut butter cups holding out Vermont and New Hampshire. I mean, Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, Jersey.
This is looking a lot like the Democratic Republican voting coverage, the divide. They're obviously, we're not just divided in politics. We are divided in candy in this country. But I mean, listen, all for Reese's peanut butter cups. Fantastic. Laffy Taffy can just burn in hell. That's ridiculous.
Yo, actually, Georgia, Mars, Snickers, Twix, M&M's assortment. Hey,
now that's the classic.
Hey,
right?
now,
that's so classic. It's weird that Nerds Gummy Clusters has made also a resurgence here in a few of the states.
As someone who actually really has a terrible sweet tooth and will try, like, let me try this bit of sugar. I have had the Nerds Gummy Clusters.
And what do you think?
You know, it like one or two are enjoyable. I would say OG Nerds. If you had to give me like to polish off in a sitting, I'm sure I could do both, but I would prefer to have OG Nerds as opposed to the gummy clusters. It's like the gummy clusters, it's like one or two is good, and then it's like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. But just a box of Nerds, you open up both sides, just dump the whole thing, just get cavities immediately. That's
love it.
Yeah,
it goes right into the roots of your teeth. But listen, I'm going to say I'm very pleased to see that America is still holding strong. We are a Reese's peanut butter country. I think that's great.
Throw that in the freezer.
Absolutely. Oh, the best, dude. The OG. So yeah, here's some statistics again. Obviously, we got number one reigning in Reese's milk chocolate peanut butter cups, but the Gushers coming in second. I mean, again, aging us, obviously, I guess this is what the kids want. They want the Gushers. But listen, Gushers were a snack, right? They would be in your lunch at fucking, at school, or, you're walking the grocery store stoned and you haven't had them in a while. You're going to buy a pack of Gushers.
Maybe there would be like the school store would have some like assorted, maybe, but not yet. Not in Halloween. No.
All right, let's fire off. Let's go all around the world now, folks. Let's talk about the sweet tooth of this world. And it's not just in the United States. So we're going to hit these by country. I think there's a few repeat offenders in different countries, but we're going to go through this. And it's a simple yuck or yum. Would we eat it? Would we throw it away? So let's roll, baby. First up, we're going to go to Mexico with a little Calaveras de Azucar. These sugar skulls serve as a tribute to the loved ones who died during Dia de los Muertos, which often coincides with Halloween. We were just talking about the sugar skulls, and these just look like some sugary, I don't know if they're like marshmallowy, but they just look really ornate and delicious. I would probably fuck these up.
So I don't know if the colored sugar has different flavor. Like, is there tahine is one of them? Or is it just you know what I mean? Is one like dragon fruit? Is there some sort of like flavor difference? Because if it's just straight sugar, for as much as I have, like just preferably, I said I got a sweet tooth. So, dude, one of my least favorite things like in the world, contradicting my self-acclaimed sweet tooth, is cotton candy, and cotton candy is just spun sugar.
So such an acquired taste.
So when I see this, I'm like, man, I feel like this is leaning, unless there's flavor. If there is flavor, then I could definitely nibble, and I'm all about that. But if it's just like straight sugar, I think I personally would pass. But that is because my palate, as much as I love sugar, it's like too much of a good thing for my palate.
Yeah, okay, so a yuck, possible
for
yuck.
For me, but
I'm going to say a yum, and I would give it a go because I don't have too much more information on what this consists of. I guess I would just visually say, "Ooh, that looks good," and I would eat one.
Man, that would be fucking crazy, just taking a bite out of it.
And it's like all sugar.
Yeah, just all sugar.
Okay, Mexico. Okay, moving on. Let's roll over to the United Kingdom with a little bonfire toffee. Hard and brittle toffee becomes a part of both Halloween celebrations and Guy Fawkes night traditions while echoing crispness of autumn air. Right off the bat, it looks like a new batch of meth that Walter White is cooking, but that could be Walter White Jr., but it could be delicious. I'm not a huge fan of toffee, but I mean, I'm down to always try a little piece of it.
So yeah, I don't know. This would not be a preference like, oh, Auntie Emma, are you making your toffee this year? Can I please save me some? I would take less than what is in this package, and I could see, maybe dipping some in a spot of tea if you were, of the British persuasion. Maybe smashing some up, putting it on some like custard or some vanilla ice cream. But I think this is like a little goes a long way type of thing.
Oh, hells yeah. I mean, you'd be sick as shit if you ate that whole serving of bonfire toffee. But it seems like a delicacy. Like you said, it seems like people over the pond maybe make this as a treat.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be handing this out to trick-or-treaters. No. That shit's suspect as hell.
Yeah, and because of that, I would yuck it. But that's just because I'm not going to immediately be like,
yeah, I'm yucking.
Do you have any more of this?
I'm sorry, that's a yuck for me, dog. All right, let's roll up north over to Canada for some coffee crisp. Now, very interested by the name, a delightful mix of coffee cream, wafer, and chocolate. Now, already I'm in. I mean, this sounds really good. Love the coffee flavor. The kind of, if you're gonna throw any kind of wafer in anything, I'm in. I'm a big wafer crisp guy as well. I think this checks a lot of boxes.
You know what? I feel like it took me a while to appreciate was the Twix. When you bring up the wafer, like it took me a while to actually like give it
American staple. Twix.
Yeah, the Twix is fantastic. So if this is like a beefed up like Canadian version of a Twix, sign me up. I'm yumming this.
Yum. Yums across the board, Canada. Way to go! All right, let's roll over to Germany, and Germany, of course, is responsible for the Haribo gummy bears, and I like that they're called Wackelgeister.
Belschnicker Wackelgeister.
Wackelgeister.
Oh, what are the flavors? We have Delpert Lecker. Then shouldn't we Wackel Pudding McVanille?
I mean, listen here. Okay, I feel like gummy bears, I can have like 2 gummy bears. When people like mow a bag of gummy bears, the problem is it's consistency. It's always stuck in your freaking teeth. So it's just like, I don't know if this were, and also these aren't, unless you're giving out little bags. What are you? You're not doling out a whole
individual
gummy bears.
So I'm a big gummy guy. However, I've
Okay.
had many a Haribo. I prefer the Haribo sour gummy bears because I like sour. They also make these things called twin snakes that are like half sweet, half sour snakes. Love those. But like I've never had for as many times I've had Haribo, I've never had Wackelgeister.
You haven't lived until
I have not lived had Wackelgeister. But I would eat these, but I would yum this, but I would prefer if they like soured these up a little bit, give me a little more zing as opposed to just kind of flat flavor.
Just
but,
a little more zing
just
in the Wackelgeisters.
You prefer more
I'll yum some Wackelgeisters. Okay, Germany, way to go. We'll give you that pass. Let's go over to our motherland. Let's go over to Italy. This is called the Torelli Dolci. These sweet ring-shaped biscuits blend in with the spooky season's sweet tooth cravings. I have a few issues with this. For one, this is a fucking cookie.
Yeah.
Okay, I would not classify this as a candy. Now, I'm not sure how they do it over there on the Boot Island. If you're like rolling to houses and they're just like doling out baked goods to you. If that's the case, this is a wonderful little treat and surprise, but I don't feel like this has much, trick-or-treat bag shelf life.
So this is probably like whatever the night of celebration. They're like, it's made the day of, you know what I mean? This is probably one of those weird things that Italy does where my brother was telling me about some specific, I can't remember if it's like bread or dessert, but it's like you can only make it like, I think it's like some St. Christopher bread or something. But it's like you can like traditionally you can only make it between like for like 7 days, like 2 days, or I don't remember the time frame. But it would make sense to me if there was some sort of one night only little treat, little donutty treat. And it also makes sense to me that the Italians, being like, as much as they are in love with their own sense of cuisine, that they would do something like this just to be like, well, you go to the candy, you go to the store and buy the candy. No, we make this here. We make
manja. Yeah, we're just putting so many of them in your bag.
Yeah, manja.
I mean, listen, I'm a sucker for any kind of Italian bakery delight, so I would yum this baby. I don't know, yum it up in my trick or treat bag. Thanks, Italy. All right, mate, let's go over to Australia. Now, this is terrifying, and this AI producer and I, when searching, obviously, the trick-or-treat delicacies, this came up, and this is absolutely terrifying. The witchetty grubs, which, yes, they are bugs. It says, though not actually candy, these sweet white larvae are a daring treat for a Halloween enthusiast. Bro, it's bugs. If you showed up to somebody's house and they just unsheathed a whole bowl of bugs and asked you to eat one, I don't know. That's just taken me out of it. And I mean, maybe they do have a sweet taste to them, but it's a bug, bro.
I know that I've had like cricket, like some like trail mix cricket or something like that at some whatever function I was at. This fucking thing, there is no way in hell I am eating this at the Halloween potluck.
I think we can both agree this is a super yucko and very strange as well. All right, let's go over to Japan. I personally really enjoy these, and this is where they got their start. But a good old haichu, man.
Oh, dude,
I love haichus. A chewy, fruity candy with various flavors. They're good. I mean, they're just really good. All the assorted different kinds of flavors. They're all the little pre-wrapped. You can buy them in the little sleeves. I mean, all about. Huge haichu fan. Way to go, Japan.
I should have grabbed there in the kitchen. I have they're from Korea, I believe, and they're called Crown is just the name of the company. Everything else is in Korean, but they're very much like haichu, except they're slightly sour. And there is a strawberry one, a lemon one, a grape one, and a peach one.
Beautiful.
The peach one, dude. The peach one. It's like, why don't we have peach candy over? We have a whole state full of peaches. Why don't we do peach candy over here?
Come on now.
Delicious.
Get with the program. Yeah, haichu, you're okay in my book, dog. Let's roll to Mexico. And this one is called pulparindo, a spicy...
Oh, tamarind.
Yeah, exactly. A spicy tamarind flavored candy that's a Halloween treat staple in Mexico. I guess you got to like tamarind to get that kind of like sensation and enjoy it. I'm not too familiar with that profile, so I really wouldn't be able to judge.
I see mango. I would definitely grab the mango. Tamarind is very like, oh man, it's such a particular, it's almost like Oh man, it's so they have tamarind soda, which is really big on the
Whoa.
shelves down here because of the demographic. It's
Okay,
I'm
okay.
trying to think of like what is it's almost like a date or a fig, but not like it's not as sweet as
All
that.
right.
But that's kind of what I could tell you. It's kind of like a date or a fig, but not nearly as sweet. But if they also make mango and watermelon, and it's literally just concentrated that has got to be badass because all it is just cook down the fruit, mush
Okay.
it up into a paste. So I'm yumming it up.
So kind of like a fruity snack,
Yeah,
more than anything fruity with a flavor. So yeah, the pulparindo, yum. I would try it.
I'll
That looks
yum it
kind of
up.
good. You sold me on that. Okay, let's roll over. Let's go back to our friends in the United Kingdom. This one looks absolutely insane. This is called the Sherbet Fountain. I mean, just look at the like application for it too. And what do you just like jack that into your mouth? It says the Sherbet Fountain. This is really strange. A licorice straw dipped in a licorice straw dipped in fizzy sherbet powder, popular during Halloween. So are we talking like a lick-a-stick kind of thing?
If that is as someone who doesn't mind the taste of licorice, but I'm not going to go out of my way to seek it. Yuck. But also, who had the good idea? Like you said, if this is like a licorice lick-a-stick, like to me, I don't know anyone.
I don't know about that, dog.
Who wants to keep going back to the well with licorice? Like, if anything, it's like that's a polite candy that your in-law offers you, and you say, "Oh, I'll have one. I'll just have one," and you got to like stomach down that black licorice.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like a really, really acquired taste. So
Sherbet Fountain. Why Sherbet Fountain?
And the Sherbet Fountain. Yeah. So, and the whole like idea of it being the fizzy sherbet powder. So yeah, I mean, again, are we talking like are we getting some like pop rock sensation in there? Again, if you are one of our UK listeners, by all means, let us know what this is about. Unfortunately, I don't have enough information. I'm gonna have to yuck this out. So get that out of my sight. Okay, let's roll over to Finland. Our friends in Finland for a little salmiakki, a salted licorice tree on the licorice train.
I've heard of this.
Which might be an acquired taste for those outside Scandinavia.
I have heard of this.
You've heard of it?
Apparently, it's covered in salt, and there is
now.
I think much like I want to say like put it this way, like proofs of alcohol, like how there is lower proof stuff all the way up to them like Everclear. There is like levels of salted liquor.
Damn.
That's how like and dude, I swear to Christ, I remember seeing something like if you're not used to it, it could like the heavy duty salted ones can like
take you out.
Dude, they'll make your tongue bleed because there's so much salt drawing the moisture off of your tongue. Like that's how much salt is on these things.
Yeah, I'm not a big salt guy or licorice guy. Unfortunately for me, it's a yuck.
Yeah, I got a yucky out, Finland.
Sorry, Finland. Okay, let's go back to Australia. You can now redeem yourself from your grubs with Violet Crumble. Violet Crumble sounds pretty dope. It says honeycomb toffee coated in chocolate, a lesser known Halloween candy. I mean, that sounds pretty good.
So is it kind of like I'm wondering if it's like what if it's not like bit of honey, right? Because bit of honey is more taffy, isn't it? What's like a honeycomb crumbly guy? Because I don't know if I can picture a honeycomb crumbly candy here in the stateside.
Nothing that compares to it, but I mean,
but if you're putting chocolate and honey, like chocolate and honey, I give chocolate and honey a try.
I love that Australia is just even like owning it here on the packaging, like Australia's Violet Crumble,
bite-sized chunks, violet. What makes it violet though? Too? Well,
I don't know.
Yeah,
you're Violet.
Anyone in Australia, please let us know what makes Violet Crumble violet. Let us know.
Yeah, our friends from Down Under. What is this about? I'm interested. I'm gonna yum it up. I'm gonna try a Violet Crumble.
Honey and chocolate.
Okay, Australia, you have redeemed yourself. Let's roll over to Spain with a little Chupa Chups. Basically just lollies. So this is their big lolly kind of thing, kind of like Dum Dums or whatever the shit we have here. Obviously, we have what are the other big classic one? Bubble
Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, those. What was the other one with the bubble gum in the middle of them?
Yeah. Oh, guys, is it? Oh, dude, this is terrible. This is.
I know
terrible.
This is bad. We should totally know this. Because that is a very popular trick or treat.
There was definitely Tootsie Pop had like the Tootsie in the middle, but then isn't there also the gummy Tootsie Pop? Does that have a different name? Does
AI
that
producer,
yeah,
what is this? Let's say bubble gum.
the other I don't know the brand of lollipop, but they used to be at the driving range we would go to, like the little weird like UFO looking things that were like one top was they were all sugar and it was
Blow
like
pop.
blow pop. There we go.
Yeah,
There we
this
go.
is
Blow pop.
basically the Spanish blow pop.
Yeah.
And obviously they dress them up for, the Halloween. I'm sure you can buy them in huge bags. Great trick or treat candy. You'd get a lot of these as a kid in the 80s, 90s.
The logo designed by Salvador Dali. That's what the logo, Salvador Dali. So not only was he making melting clocks, he was also doing some font work here for Chupa Chups.
Bro, insane.
Yeah.
I would try one. I would yum it up.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of a good lolly, and
yum,
especially if it's got a little surprise in the middle.
Yum, yum.
Okay, let's go over to South Korea. What do you got, South Korea? You got Concho Choco biscuits. There you go. I mean, it's as advertised. So it looks like just a little biscuit packed with some chocolate in the middle with little fun little messages and characters on them. It's really cute, I guess.
I'm on board.
I like chocolate. I like biscuits. I don't like, I don't like North Korea. Maybe North
Korea is best Korea, according to North Korea.
That's true. So none of this. But anyway, yeah, I'd yum it up. We'll yum up some concho.
Choco biscuit. Give me a little choco biscuit.
Okay, South Koreans. Let's roll over to Brazil. And Brazil, this one's wild. This is called Picaco, probably not saying it wrong, a crumbly peanut candy that is popular during Halloween time. It looks exactly as it looks like crumbly. It falls apart in your fucking hands. But I guess if you like peanuts, this is your jam.
I mean, if this just tastes like weird dry mealy peanuts, like I get it. I mean, I don't know I think just because there is nothing to it other than like sawdust peanut, I want to give it a yuck, but
at least they come in little packages or whatever. I mean, look, I like a good something peanut flavored. I would probably yum this up.
I want to give it a yuck, but because it is exactly that, it's like a little transportable little snack on the go, just made of peanuts. I got to give it a yum.
Okay, Brazil. Okay, yum it up. All right, moving on. We're gonna go over to Poland, and we got a little krauki. Krauki is the creamy and caramel-filled candies that are a nostalgic Halloween treat in Poland. Our buddy Pete Sudol, can you please verify? Peter, have you been given some krauki? Do you have a whole bowl of krauki at your house right now for Halloween? If you do, let us know.
And if this is just strictly a Polish Halloween tradition, or if this is a year-round thing, you can send it to the Anachronology PO box. We're not going to get mad at you if you send us.
I would rock some krauki. Yeah, right. I mean, right off the bat, two great. You got me with creamy, and you got me with caramel, dog.
And European chocolate. I mean, dude, right there, European chocolate. Come on.
Yeah, man. Okay, krauki, you're good. So we're gonna yum you up, Poland. Let's roll over to Argentina. This one is another one I'm gonna slaughter. Alfajores, dulce de leche sandwich between cookies and coated in chocolate.
All right, that's got to be dope. That's got to be dope, dude.
That sounds dope, and I love the name Tubby. Hit me with a Tubby, baby. Baby.
They know exactly what they're doing on a psychological level. If anyone who happens to not understand any sort of Espanol but can read English and they see Tubby and like a little chocolate, it's like, well, that has to be good.
Oh man.
They're calling the thing that they're calling the thing it makes you. It makes you Tubby. It's got to be.
Dude, it sounds really good. So yeah, Argentina for the win. Alfajores, I'll yum it up. We'll yum that.
Toby.
Here.
Is that Toby's?
Give me the Toby. Okay, China, what do you got? You got White Rabbit candy, creamy milk-based chewy candies, often wrapped in edible rice paper.
Okay, dude, that is probably mostly plastic. I don't know what that is.
Okay, what I'm feeling here is this is kind of like China's answer to the Tootsie Roll in a weird Chinese kind of way. They're just like, it's cool, but the rice paper thing is a little edible rice paper.
I really actually do like the wrapping and the logo, the rabbit. I actually really like that.
The white rabbit too.
I like the fonts. Yep. I would even hope that this. Well, it's China, so what am I talking about? There's no way in hell they've updated this. Like this is
exactly the same today.
It's exactly the same today. I'm yucking it because it does. Like there is no way that this can be good.
It doesn't feel or sound very appealing to me as well.
Yeah, I highly doubt yuck. For being made of rice and milk, I highly doubt it's going to be like rice pudding.
Yeah, we will not be following the White Rabbit here. Sorry, China. Try again. Okay, we got 4 more around the corner here on our Yuck or Yum Halloween edition. Let's go over to our pals in France. I feel like this was low-hanging fruit for them. the Carambar, chewy caramel bars with fun jokes on the wrapper, a favorite Halloween candy in France.
I
With
like
a cool little like creepy mascot who seems to be pouring some shit on himself.
It's like this is like he definitely looks like he is high, and this is some police story in France where there was some meth head who was like cooking himself and also like pouring, I don't know, like lighting himself on fire at the same time. But to your point, they're a little low-hanging fruit, but this must be good if they are only doing like a caramel bar. The French, similar to the Italians, they don't fuck around when it comes to food. I'm sure just some simple sugary caramel. That's what you get. It has to be good. It has to be yum.
It's good when the mascot is pouring the blood of his other brethren all over him. So
where he is cannibalizing himself.
Yum it, Carambar. Okay, here we go. Belgium with the Cuberdons. Now this sounds really interesting. Cone-shaped raspberry flavored candies with a soft filling.
Ooh,
I'm in.
I love raspberry.
I do like raspberry, and I think the whole like delivery system is probably delicious. Now, this to me is like the more gourmet gusher. You talk about classing up the Americans here with a Couberdon.
I want to see the map of the United States when Couberdons takes over as like the second place to peanut butter cups.
Couberdons 2020.
Couberdons are coming on faster than tropical gushers.
I'm trying them. I'm going to yum it up. Cuberdons, you got my...
I'm going to Amazon me some Cuberdons. Yum.
Dude, it sounds really good. Okay, Colombia, you're up next. What do you got? Bocadillo, a sweet treat made from guava paste
and caramel
in a leaf or small package for Halloween. There's a lot going on here, man. The guava paste, I don't know about that.
Because I've never had, I've had obviously these things individual of each other, but not together. I don't know if guava and caramel is something my palate is gonna dig. I am gonna yuck because I haven't had it, but I would not be opposed to being proved wrong. I would try. I would not be opposed to be proved
all right. I'm yucking it though. The guava thing kind of. I'm not really sure that's on my palate roster.
That combo.
That's really tough. Okay, we have finally come to the end. Let's round it off here with South African delights here on Yuck or Yum. Now, this one sounds insane just from the name itself, but you got to go to South Africa on Trick or Treat and get yourself some Beacon Fizzers, taffy-like candies with a slightly fizzy sensation, popular during Halloween. I feel like there's lots of feels going on here. We were just talking about pop rocks. Scott, this is throwing some pop rocks, kind of South African pop rocks vibe to me.
I wonder, like, I feel like as old as I am, I'm kind of over like the fizzing effect. Not that
it did wear off. Yeah.
If they could give me a fizzless fizzer, I think I would be 100% yumming this. But knowing that there's going to be like, and again, never having this, I wonder what like it says mild sensation. Like, is it mild?
Though?
Is it really though? I'm gonna yuck it, but I'm sure it probably tastes good. But then I'd be mad at the fizzy effect. So unless it's sour, which it doesn't say sour, it just says fruity, chewy, and fizzy.
They're going really hard on the fizzy. I would try one to just. I'm interested in how much fizz is in this candy. I'll try it one time. I'm about halfway yuck and yum, but I would try.
I'll give you a try, but my hopes aren't high, Fizzer.
Folks, that takes us there. That's Yuck or Yum, our Halloween edition. And that's it, folks. That's going to take us to the end of our Halloween edition, our very special Halloween treat for you. If you watch the show, we implore you, continue watching. So much good stuff. We actually just recently wrapped up our second season of the show, taking a little breaky poo. And then we're going to be back for our season 3 debut in a little bit. Lots of fun stuff coming up, little seggies, extras that we're going to be throwing your way.
Hey, listen, like I said earlier, this is basically, I would figure the amount of runtime that we have on this right now is probably about a third of one of our normal episodes. So we cover all sorts of stuff every week when we do a podcast for our season. Look at us creeping out here. Look at us enjoying ourselves right here. So
yeah, baby.
If you did happen to, if you're a new time watcher and you happen to enjoy this, please go into our profile, check any episode we have done previously. If you want to feel really generous, check us out on Patreon. It's the name of the program, patreon.com/anachronology. I don't know, Tom, the teeth. I think this was easy peasy. We might have a Thanksgiving one, maybe a Christmas one, maybe.
Folks, we're kind of in the holiday rush right now. I wouldn't put any of that past us here to put out some more specials. But happy Halloween,
happy Halloween,
Anachronauts. From us to you, happy Halloween. Keep keeping up. Make sure you check your candy for razor blades, and we'll see you on the next Anachronology.
Stay Bell Schnickel for me.
Bye, baby.